Prince William just made it crystal clear. He's not here to play games with Prince Harry anymore. The message wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it hit like a hammer. No press conference, no Instagram quote, no dramatic sit-down interview, just silence, complete, deliberate distance. And that silence is exactly what's making headlines. Here's what went down. There was a secret meeting in London, a face-to-face involving King Charles's aide and a couple of Meghan and Harry's people. Nothing about it screamed casual. It was strategic, quiet, oddly timed. 4 days passed before the press even caught wind of it. And when it did hit the media, it just so happened to clash with the Princess of Wales making a gorgeous public appearance at Wimbledon. Coincidence? Probably not. Anyone familiar with Meghan's playbook knows she has a history of dropping distractions exactly when the spotlight's on someone else. Now here's the twist. Prince William was nowhere in this narrative. No aide of his showed up, no spokesperson, no acknowledgement. Some insiders believe he didn't even know what was happening. Others think he definitely knew, but chose to let it play out without him. And that's where the real story starts. You see, William's approach to Harry isn't emotional anymore. It's strategic. We're talking about the future King of England, a man with a public image to maintain, a family to protect, a nation to lead. Keeping toxic distractions away isn't just personal, it's professional. According to multiple sources close to William, he doesn't even mention Harry's name anymore. Doesn't speak of him, doesn't entertain conversations about him. No intention of reconnecting anytime soon. One royal insider put it bluntly, William will never, ever forgive Harry. That's not a dramatic exaggeration. That's the vibe within the palace walls right now. Forgiveness isn't even on the table. It's locked in a vault, shoved in the back corner of Buckingham, and forgotten. And honestly, it makes sense. Harry and Meghan haven't exactly been quiet these past few years. From interviews to docuseries to veiled jabs in books and podcasts, they've made it clear they're comfortable throwing family under the bus if it gets them clicks. William and Catherine, they've taken a completely different route. Quiet dignity, strategic presence, no mess, no chaos. Which is exactly why William's refusal to engage is so powerful. It's not apathy, it's a boundary. He's saying, you chose your path, I'm choosing mine. Stay in your lane. And for someone like William, who grew up in the spotlight with every misstep broadcast to the world, this kind of boundary isn't just healthy, it's essential. Let's also not ignore the optics. William and Catherine are stepping into their prime as future monarchs. Every public move they make is calculated. Wimbledon, that wasn't just a casual family outing, it was a power move. Catherine looked flawless, graceful, polished, regal. She wore that white self-portrait dress like it was stitched with diplomacy. While the Sussexes were wrapped in whispers of private meetings and behind-the-scenes drama, the Wales family was out front, smiling, shining, and most importantly, unbothered. And that's what burns the most for Harry and Meghan. Not being yelled at, not being called out, but being completely and utterly ignored. Because silence, when delivered right, is louder than any headline. And right now, Prince William's silence is making more noise than Harry's entire Netflix contract. The timing of that leaked London meeting couldn't have been more suspicious. A quiet, closed-door interaction between King Charles's aide and Harry's people, quietly captured on camera, then conveniently released just as Catherine was dazzling at Wimbledon. That's not coincidence. That's choreography. And let's be real, nobody choreographs a headline hijack quite like Meghan. The goal was obvious. Redirect attention. Catherine's public appearances were getting glowing coverage. Her outfits, her grace, the family unity, it was dominating headlines. And then, suddenly news drops of a meeting involving Harry's camp and the King's aide. Not Charles himself, mind you, just a carefully selected representative. That detail matters, because it shows this wasn't a personal reunion, it was business. But even then, the Sussexes knew how to spin it. The leak wasn't about what happened in the room. It was about crafting the illusion that Harry was still in the royal mix, that he still had a seat at the table. But William, he didn't even walk into the room, metaphorically or literally, because he didn't need to. His stance is firm. He's not playing the reconciliation game. He's not co-signing any Sussex drama. And the fact that he wasn't even mentioned in the press coverage only proves how far removed he's made himself. That distance has become William's armor. The less he engages, the stronger his public image becomes. People are tired of the drama. They don't want another sob story or a teary-eyed tell-all. They want stability, maturity, strength. And William, with his quiet refusal to participate in anything Sussex adjacent, is delivering that in spades. King Charles, on the other hand, is in a trickier spot. He's not just the monarch, he's also a father. And like most fathers, there's a part of him that probably hopes things can be smoothed over. But here's the thing. Any communication with Harry has to come with boundaries. The palace isn't interested in getting burned again, which is likely why this meeting was kept so low-key, so unofficial. No titles, no announcements, just aides talking in the shadows. And it's probably the only kind of relationship Charles can safely have with Harry at this point. One that's private, off the books, and doesn't involve the rest of the royal family. Because the moment Harry and Meghan get even a whiff of proximity to real royal duties, they spin it. They twist it into narratives of redemption and inclusion, when in reality, they're standing outside the gates trying to talk through the intercom. William's been through that before. He knows how fast private family moments become public ammunition when Harry's involved. That's why he's not entertaining it anymore. He's shut the door and locked it, thrown the key into the Thames. And Catherine, she's right there with him. Every time she steps out in public, it's like a silent statement. Her outfits, her poise, the way she engages, it all says the same thing. We're fine over here. We're thriving. No drama needed. There's a reason people are rallying behind the Wales family. They represent what the monarchy wants to be moving forward. Calm, focused, scandal-free. And by refusing to be dragged into Harry and Meghan's chaos, they're proving they're the adults in the room. William isn't cold. He's just done, and that's exactly what makes his position so effective. The real brilliance of William's strategy? It's how it stripped Harry and Meghan of their favorite weapon, blame. Without contact, without involvement, there's nothing for them to twist, no quotes to distort, no interactions to leak, no facial expressions to interpret during awkward family moments. It's like they've been shut out of the game entirely, while the Wales continue playing by their own quiet rules. For years, the Sussexes have relied on the narrative of being mistreated or sidelined. But when someone like William removes himself so completely, it leaves them flailing for relevance. And it's showing. The fact that the leaked meeting even got attention wasn't because of who was involved. It was because of who wasn't. People were searching the photos, reading the reports, trying to find any trace of William's involvement. There was none. That silence said more than any royal statement ever could. Catherine's style choices during this period were no accident either. At Wimbledon, she wasn't just playing the part of the supportive royal. She looked like the future queen, elegant, composed, unbothered. Her outfits, flawless, well-tailored, timeless. Structured just enough to command respect without screaming for attention. While Meghan has been known to opt for oversized coats and awkward silhouettes, Catherine's wardrobe is intentional. She dresses with purpose, and that purpose is power. One dress in particular, a crisp belted number with a flowing skirt, stood out. It balanced softness with authority, and more importantly, it gave people something else to talk about. Instead of obsessing over leaked meetings or palace rumors, the media was marveling over how effortlessly Catherine carried herself. That's influence. That's PR genius, without needing a press release. Meanwhile, the Sussexes continue to operate in a bubble, where every move is a potential headline, every interaction a chance for spin. But when nobody's responding, when William and Catherine simply don't show up, don't clap back, don't participate, it robs them of the narrative. You can't be wronged by someone who doesn't even acknowledge your presence. Even King Charles seems to be walking a careful line. He knows he can't publicly bring Harry back into the fold, but he also can't be seen as abandoning his son entirely. That's why these meetings stay unofficial. No palace cars, no formal agendas, just quiet conversations behind closed doors. It's a way for Charles to maintain some fatherly connection without rocking the very fragile boat William is steering. What's clear is that the monarchy is choosing stability. The future isn't about drama, it's about image. And William's image? Spotless. Every tabloid spin, every shady leak, every attempt to suck him into the chaos just slides right off, because there's nothing to grab onto. No comments, no reactions, just silence. That silence, when paired with the elegance of his wife and the visible warmth of his children, creates something unshakable. A family that's present, focused, and unwilling to let noise distract them from duty. It's not just admirable, it's smart. In the end, Harry and Meghan may keep trying to claw their way back into royal relevance, but as long as William holds the line, they'll remain exactly where they are, on the outside, knocking. And the palace, it's moving forward, with the door firmly closed.